on KDKA TV.
And a very good morning to you. Thanks for spending part of your Sunday morning with us. For Pittsburgh's Rivers Casino, the odds are great that more people are likely to utilize this entertainment venue along Pittsburgh's North Shore in the coming years. That's because the City of Pittsburgh's Planning Commission has approved a new 221-room luxury hotel that will be built between the current casino and the Carnegie Science Center on the city's North Shore. And Rivers Casino could also see an economic boost if the Pennsylvania General Assembly approves legislation permitting online poker and other games inside the casino. Joining us now on the Sunday Business Page is Craig Clark, General Manager of the Rivers Casino. Craig, welcome back to the show. It's always good to have you here.
Great to be here, John.
This new hotel is pretty exciting news. It's all approved? Ground broken yet?
Well, we're working on the final details. With most projects that are this size, it takes a little while to get all the details together, but soon we'll be going for our final permits for the building permits and the landscaping plans. So stay tuned for the news of the groundbreaking date.
Do you expect this to be built quickly?
We'd like to see groundbreaking before the end of the year, and we're looking at about a 14 to 16-month construction schedule.
How big is this building going to be? Are we going to notice this on as part of the new North Shore River View?
Oh yeah, it'll give you a great view of the rivers, all the scenic skylines of Pittsburgh. It's going to be 7 stories tall, 221 rooms. It's going to have a bar and a restaurant on the ground floor. So real exciting experiences for our guests who are going to come and stay with us.
You know, will most of the people who go to that kind of hotel be really interested in gaming at the casino, or might others stay there as well?
We're looking at it to really attract all segments of guests, those who are current casino guests or those who are coming to visit Pittsburgh, as part of our Visit Pittsburgh introduction to the city, as well as all the activities on the North Shore, the sporting events, the Science Center. We all think those will be channels that will help us grow.
Yeah, I was going to say, I mean, it seems to me that you're right next to Heinz Field. You'd be a perfect venue, a place to stay for football fans. And of course, PNC Park's just down the road a bit, so no problem there.
Yeah, we're excited to have everybody come and visit us from out of town especially.
Yeah, good. You know, I've heard of people getting special hotel breaks if they're, I guess if they're consistent gamblers at a particular casino. Will you offer those special deals to your customers?
Oh, of course. We'll have some of our guests will have comp rooms, some will have a casino rate, and then others will just be visiting us for the first time. And based on their gaming activity, they may have a free room when they leave.
Yeah, how does that figure, Craig? What do you do? If I wanted a free room, how much do I have to gamble? Is that the issue?
Well, it's all about the reinvestment, and it's actually depends on the product that you're playing and how long you play usually. The average bet that you have, all those factors go into, do you qualify for a partial rate or a full comp?
Right. Let me ask you about some things that could affect who might gamble there, and that, of course, is the Pennsylvania State Legislature. Internet gaming. How does that benefit you at the casino?
Well, both Rivers Casino and our parent company, Rush Street Gaming, have always been supportive of the expansion of internet gaming as well as sports betting. The state has done a wonderful job over the last few decades in introducing the right products to customers for a safe environment and generating the most revenue for the citizens of the Commonwealth.
So does that mean that if I gamble online, I mean, I'm not really benefiting you guys particularly, or will there be a way to do that inside the casino too?
Well, the way that it's being crafted right now, it's going to tie to the bricks and mortar licenses. So we look at it as an expansion of our choices for customers. And with a complete product mix, we think that both will grow, both the bricks and mortar facility, Rivers Casino, as well as the online gaming.
I got you. So those who have existing brick and mortar casinos will be the ones getting the licenses for the online gaming.
That's what we anticipate at this time, yes.
Right. And does this involve all forms of online gaming, or is it going to be limited to some forms and not others?
Well, and that's where we keep working with the state in saying how is it going to be introduced and how would it be expanded over the next number of years. And those final details haven't been crafted yet.
Right. Another piece of legislation that was just introduced this past week in the State House is an anti-smoking bill. It's basically removing the exemptions to the current Clean Indoor Air Act, One of those exemptions allows smoking at casinos. That would go, if this bill were to pass and sign into law, there would be no more smoking at casinos. Do you folks take a position one way or the other on this?
Well, we follow the rules that are outlined for us by the state, and obviously we would conform with those rules. Many of the states around us, Ohio, Maryland, New York, have non-smoking in place currently. We'll just wait and see what the legislative folks do. I would tell you that the smoking areas of the casino are more profitable than the non-smoking, and that's historical from many different locations around the country.
You know, that's interesting to me, and yet the other states around us have banned smoking altogether throughout the casino. I have to tell you, as a non-smoker, and I've been in the casino a number of times, every time I walk in, I smell the smoke. There's no way to contain it unless you were to erect walls and barriers, and there's no plan to do that, I assume.
There's no current plan, that's correct.
Right. So the question here is whether the legislature decides whether to ban smoking at casinos. I was noting when I did my story last week that only 17% of Americans smoke. I mean, the numbers have really dropped. But what you're saying is those smokers, they love to come in and gamble at the Rivers Casino.
They are currently, yes.
Yeah. The other kinds of issues that are important at the casino, you've got some summer activities planned. It's always a fun time, and I know you use that esplanade outside there, right on the river. It's beautiful. What do you have planned coming up?
Oh, we have our current tribute bands are going to come back this year, a lot of free concerts. We also have two different boxing events starting on June 24th and then coming back August 12th. We'll have boxing along the river. So Rivers Rumble 6 and Rivers Rumble 7. So we're excited about those events, as well as at the end of the season, River Life will be coming back and really having the experience along the river and having their gala event for their fundraising.
Well, it's always great to have you in. It's always a good time at the Rivers Casino. Thank you so much, Craig, for being with us and giving us this update. We appreciate it.
Thanks, John.
In Wilkinsburg, a community that has seen its share of economic and social challenges, there is a new sun rising. We'll tell you how an organization with that name is providing a jump start to the economy.